families evicted in downtown. PM visit Hawain Bridge. And Namah questions funding.
This is National MTV News with Helen Seah.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for Saturday's news. A recent eviction at Pagar Hill in the nation's capital has left residents homeless for a night. Residents, mostly staff from the Central Provincial Education Division, say they were taken by surprise when authorities moved in and demolished their houses yesterday. They say they have been living there for many years and they don't know where to go.
The eviction took place yesterday afternoon. It was an office space used by the Central Provincial Government and was left vacant. It was then used as a residential area for staff, mostly former teachers and other senior officers serving under the Central Provincial Government. The residents say they have been living here for many years.
They all just came, giving us no time to actually pack up and leave or vacate the place. So the manner in which they have come in, they have just rushed us. And so every one of us that lived here, we all ran and picked up whatever that was there into bags and just carried them all outside. And so that's the way we have moved, been out yesterday. And so under the NCD arrangement, the Papua was already here, harassing and chasing everybody out with three or two police escort vehicles that were here.
According to the residents, they were served with an eviction notice in July last year. However, in a letter to the Central Provincial Government, they have proposed to have this place renovated. But they were surprised when their houses were demolished, with most of their properties destroyed. They say they have no place to go.
Clearly spelled out that Central Province should allow, rather than demolish the property, negotiate with NCDC and we will do an improvement to the property. And I said to appoint an improvement committee, identify who is who living on the property, and then inform and make awareness that there will be eviction eventually, and then draw up an eviction plan.
And so some of us have even lost some of our staff, even some of the documents, all in a rush. We may have just also lost our documents as well. Yeah. So, so we all took shelter out here on the car park, which also belongs to somebody else. And we are also given just today, tomorrow, to vacate these premises that we have overnighted last night, tonight probably, and by tomorrow we all have to leave.
The residents say they have not received any assurance from responsible authorities and there are plans to take this matter to court.
The NCDC plus the central administration have not given us any assurance as what is going to happen to us as human beings, where they're going to place us, where they will compensate us. That they have not come to us. So today we are all in a limbo.
Then I'm by me repairing this plug all lawyer Blumina. Lawyer Blumi by Tokwanem by me placarium bla paper go long. Central Provincial Government or Education Department where by me play go through long. I think by me go through law this plus so the time being now me plus sleep no about outside lawyer want to more feel pregnant in American.
Rayon Lakingu National, MTV News.
Prime Minister James Marape, in his brief visit to East Sepik Province, stopped over at the Hawain Bridge with plans to rehabilitate the vital link. The Hawain Bridge, built during the colonial era, has deteriorated after decades of no maintenance. Though located in the Wewak Open Electorate, the responsibility of maintaining this bridge falls under the East Sepik Provincial Government. While some funding has been allocated to fix this bridge in 2018, no actual work has commenced. Hawain remains an important link for people in the East and West Sepik provinces.
So the construction of this bridge will start ASAP. It has been issued. It's sitting on the table for well over few years. It's a long outstanding project, this important bridge. So under our watch we've issued contract and we'll dispatch the contractor asked the Works Department to ensure local contracts, local subcontractors engage also to give support to this important road link. Thank you, Governor, always for raising this important bridge as a priority project. So standing on this bridge, I'm just seeing what it is before construction is taking place, and then hopefully when the job is done, I'll come back again for opening, and at the time we should be announcing punching the road all the way to Itabe and into Guinea.
The opposition leader has slammed the ruling government over its funding allocation. Opposition leader Belden Namah expressed disappointment, stating the Office of the Opposition is struggling with finance and resource issues in its operation. Namah urged the Marape Basil government to release its allocated funding and not to play politics over it.
Speaking to Port Moresby-based journalists, the opposition leader expressed disappointment over its funding. Mr. Namah says from time to time, government has suffocated its operation by delaying funding. He says this should stop.
This is supposed to be met by the Office of the Leader of the Opposition or Office of the Opposition. We can't pay inks for our printers. We can't pay our lawyers the legal bills. We've been starved most of the time, especially in the last 20 months.
The opposition leader spoke highly of using his own resources to keep the office going. He says as a democratic and sovereign state, a check and balance in the running of a nation is critical. Namah called on Prime Minister James Marape to stop this practice.
I do not have the privileges like him, having the purse of the people of this country and fly here and there. But let me say this to him. I have visited Hela province and Taripori. I have seen the conditions of Taripori and Hela province.
Meanwhile, Namah says the opposition will continue to keep the government on its toes. He says it is critical for the Office of the Opposition to be funded adequately to perform its duties.
He cuts funding to opposition. I can't even pay my bills. Opposition barely can function. But we have a strong heart. We have people of Papua New Guinea at heart. And sometimes we make sacrifices.
Jack Lapava Jr., National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. More stories after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Police in Manus are appealing to residents to come forward with information that may lead to the apprehension of suspects involved in the BSP ATM attempted robbery during the festive season. Since the attempted robbery at the start of the year, no formal arrests have been made on those allegedly involved. The ATM machine located at the Loringau General Hospital is one of 4 BSP ATMs operating in Manus. The damages caused amount to over 33,513 kina 7 toya. Meanwhile, police have shot and wounded Masang Sion, an escapee from police custody. Outgoing Manus Police Commander David Yapu says Sion, with 8 others, used a hacksaw blade and cut open the locks to the cell gates before escaping. Sion is a suspect in the attempted ATM robbery. Civil Aviation Minister Saki Agisa has responded to the peaceful protest by Kavieng Airport landowners. In a statement, Minister Agisa assured the landowners of Kavieng Airport and the people of New Ireland Province that his ministry is aware of grievances raised and appropriate consultation and steps are being taken. He urged landowners to be responsible in airing their grievances without interfering with air travel, which is a vital public service.
In a statement released by the Civil Aviation Minister Saki Agisa, he welcomes the peaceful protest on the 11th of January over alleged non-payment of land compensation. This refers to the non-completion of payment for the runway extension of the Kavieng Airport. The landowners claim a commitment of 3 million kina is outstanding despite a 10 million overdue payment of nearly 10 years. The Civil Aviation Minister says steps have been taken to address government's commitment. This includes finalization of a report from National Airports Corporation to be finished and for the claim to be verified to Department of Lands, Treasury and Finance. That information is yet to be handed to the Civil Aviation Department. Currently, the Keveng Airport Upgrade Project is valued at 91.8 million and is progressing well as scheduled. This project is among several priority projects of the national government in the air transport sector. The Civil Aviation Minister assured the aggrieved landowners that government will honor its commitment. Jack Lapava Jr., National EMTV News.
As per announcements from the Australian government, all passengers travelling in from or transiting through Australia are required to provide a negative PCR test result at the time of check-in. This preventative measure against COVID-19 comes into effect next Friday, 22nd of January.
National flag carrier Air Guinea, in a statement released today, announced that the measure applies to all passengers above the age of 5. In the case that if a member of the travelling party tests positive to COVID-19, all members of the party will not be allowed to travel to Australia. This PCR test must be taken within 72 hours of travel, and evidence of a negative PCR test result must be presented at the time of check-in. The airline announces that it will not be accepting results of other types of tests, such as the GeneXpert tests. Critical information that must be included in the PCR negative test results include the passenger's name, date when the test was taken, method used, and the test results. Passengers wishing to travel to Australia can conduct a PCR test at the Pacific International Hospital or St. John for a fee, with results provided quickly. The airline prefers a paper-based record. However, electronic records showing the PCR test results will also be accepted. All passengers travelling into Australia, excluding children under the age of 12 and passengers with special health exemptions on flights departing on or after the 22nd of this month, are required to wear a face mask during the flight. Theklagunga, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Papua New Guinea reported one new case of coronavirus disease in the last 24 hours, increasing the country's total cases to 834. The latest case was reported in Western Province. A 48-year-old male who is a mining contractor at Oktedi Mine was tested positive upon return to North Fly for work. He was not showing symptoms of COVID-19 at the time of testing, but swab samples returned positive. The country's COVID-19 cases, as a result, now stands at 834, with 9 known deaths. 16 provinces, including the autonomous region of Bougainville, have reported cases. Trukai Sports is next. All the details after the break.
Trukai Sports.
Good night and welcome to Trukai Sports. SPPNG Hunters back rower Ila Alu is raring to get the 2021 Intra-Super Cup season underway. The 26-year-old of mixed parentage, Central and Chimbu Province, has not had the best playing experience, with the Hunters having suffered injury along with having last season cancelled. Regardless, Alu's determination has earned him another shot with the Hunters, and he is more than ready to take his latest opportunity.
Ila Alu wants to put the past disappointments behind him as he gears up for the 2021 Intra Super Cup season. The performance of the Rabaul Guria's back rower in the 2020 Digital Cup competition has earned him a place in the final Hunters squad. Being no stranger to the Hunters setup, Alu played one game for the side in 2019 before suffering an injury which sidelined him for several months. His commitment and determination saw him return to the fold in last year's Hunters team, where he played in the club's sole match in 2020, before the ISC competition was ultimately cancelled due to the COVID-19 outbreak in Queensland. Despite these setbacks in his playing career, Alu has taken these challenges in his stride, using it as a character-building opportunity for himself on and off the field.
Joining Hunters in 2018, I haven't played a full season with the team, so that's the main challenge for me now. 2 seasons have gone. 2019, like Fatah said, I broke my arm in the first game, so pretty devastated about it. Last season with just only 1 game, and COVID-19 season had to be cancelled, so this season I'm planning on going out there, playing a full season under my belt for the Hunters. That's my main aim, and along the way, whatever achievements that come through it, I'm looking forward to taking the opportunity where it's given. I've worked hard to be here. It's not an easy journey for me. I've sacrificed a lot to be here, so I couldn't let anything stand in my way. Breaking my arm was just it's just part and parcel of being a sports player, being a rugby player. There's many setbacks that come along with it, but it's all about the hunger and the drive that comes from it. I've built my career solely on hard work, and I don't let anything stand in my way. Obviously, with my broken arm, I didn't see it as a defeat for me. I saw it as an opportunity for me to bring out the best in me.
The commitment and willingness to learn from the Hunters' new recruits has impressed Alu, as he and other senior members of the squad share their playing experiences with the young recruits.
It's a big difference gap between playing Digital Cup and playing in the Interest Cup level. More technical side of things. The game around the ruck area is always fast, and that's something we're strongly emphasizing. I know coaches also emphasize more about the speed of the game that has changed with the new rules. It's all about imparting all those knowledge and experiences that we have learned to the younger boys. They've all been fantastic throughout the preseason. They have earned their spot in the team too. But together as a team, we'll be going out there to carry the entire weight of the country on our shoulders, week in, week out. So whatever we see fit for us to step in and advise them, we, as a senior group, we do that. So to get them up to speed on how the game and the environment will be like going forward.
Huxley Lovai, Trukai Sports.
Rugby League faced its toughest test last year with government restrictions imposed due to COVID-19. Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League Chairman Sandy Saka said if it wasn't for the support of naming rights sponsor Esprit Brewery to continue to support the Hunters and Rugby League in general, it would have been a lot tougher. COVID-19 posed enormous challenges for sports in 2020. It was no different for Rugby League, with corporate sponsors facing challenges as well, which followed through with budget cuts towards sponsorship. Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League Chairman Sandy Saka said if it weren't for the continued support of SP Brewery, the naming rights sponsor of the SPPNG Hunters, to help revive the Digital Cup and continue supporting the Hunters, the selection for the 2021 season would have been difficult.
Last year was a very challenging year, and if we had not got through the Rugby League calendar this last year with some of the work we did last year, we would not be here today. And I want to acknowledge Ed and the team at SP Brewery who stuck out with us, especially with the cancellation of the Interest Super Cup last year.
SP Brewery Managing Director Ed Wegermans said it was a difficult year in business for the brewery, but they managed to pull through to support the Hunters in 2020.
I must admit last year, 2020, was a very bad year for our business. This was due to the impact of the government measures to control the spread of the virus, the coronavirus. We had to make drastic cuts in our sponsorship efforts last year. And yeah, we had to make some really tough choices there. But I'm very pleased that we were able to maintain the support that we gave for the SP Hunters, because also for SP Brewery, this franchise is one that has been a very successful one.
And that story wraps up Trukai Sports. The weather report coming up next. Bye for now.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
A look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region. Cloudy with evening rain showers and drizzles in Port Moresby. Mostly cloudy with evening rain drizzles in Daru. A few thundery showers in Kerema. Partly cloudy with rain showers at times in Alotau. And chances of rain showers and thunder in Popondetta. In the Momasa region, a few rain showers and then cloudy weather in Lae and Medang. Partly cloudy with few evening showers in Wewak and a few showers in Vanimo. In the New Guinea Islands region, a shower or two in Lorengau, Kokopo and Rabaul. A few showers and possible thunder in Kavieng. Chances of rain showers and thunder in Kimbe and partly cloudy with a shower or two in Buka. And in the Highlands region, late afternoon rain showers and drizzles in Mount Hagen, cloudy with rain drizzles, then cloudy weather in Goroka and Kundiawa, and cloudy periods with rain showers and drizzles in Mendi and Barbeg.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And that's been the news, sport and weather for this Saturday. On behalf of the news team, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.